Welcome to World of Coins. Collectors are paying insane money for these old pennies. One just sold for more than a house. Here's what you need to find. Thanks. Top 1. Have you ever checked your pocket change and wondered if a single penny could make you rich? Well, today might be your lucky day. Because in this video, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable modern coins in American history. The 2009 Lincoln penny from the proof set, and how one of these coins could be worth as much as $39,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single penny could be worth nearly the price of a brand new car. Now, before you rush to check your coin jars, stick with me, because we're going to uncover what makes this coin so rare, so valuable, and how you can identify whether your 2009 penny is the jackpot everyone's hunting for. Let's start with a bit of backstory. In 2009, the United States Mint did something truly historic. To celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 200th birthday, they released not one, but 4 different reverse designs of the Lincoln cent. Each design symbolized a different phase in Lincoln's life, from his humble beginnings in Kentucky to his presidency in Washington, D.C. But here's the real twist. While millions of these coins were produced for circulation, there was a very special version created only for collectors. These were the proof versions, struck at the San Francisco Mint with exceptional quality, mirror-like surfaces, and razor-sharp detail. You could only get them in the 2009 proof set, and these coins were never meant to be spent. Among these, one version stands out: the 2009 Lincoln Presidency Cent, the one featuring the Capitol Dome in Washington, D.C. This is where things get interesting. There's a tiny detail that could change everything. A rare double die error, an extreme cameo contrast, or a perfect PR70 deep cameo grade certified by a top grading company like PCGS or NGC. These are the coins that turn heads at auction, coins that collectors are desperate to own. And if you happen to have one of these flawless proof specimens tucked away in your collection, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure. But how do you know if yours is valuable? Look closely. Does your coin have flawless fields, sharp edges, and that frosted design that looks like it was sculpted? That's a deep cameo finish. Then check for any unusual doubling in the letters, especially in Liberty or In God We Trust. Those could be signs of a valuable error. Still not sure? That's when it pays, literally, to get your coin graded. Because certified 2009's Lincoln Presidency proof cents in perfect PR70 deep cameo condition have sold for jaw-dropping amounts. I'm talking $20,000 to $39,000. Yes, that's the kind of money this 1-cent coin can command on the open market if it's flawless and rare. And it's not just hype. These prices have been confirmed in major auctions, from Heritage to Stack's Bowers, where collectors and investors bid fiercely to own the best of the best. So what should you do now? Go check your coin collection. Dig through those old proof sets you bought or inherited. If you find a 2009's Lincoln cent with that shiny, mirror-like finish, and especially if it looks untouched, don't spend it. Don't clean it. Send it to be graded. Because your tiny penny could turn into a massive payday. And here's a pro tip: always handle proof coins by the edges, and keep them in their original mint packaging if possible. That helps preserve their pristine condition, which is everything when it comes to high-dollar coins. Let's recap. Not all 2009 pennies are created equal. It's the proof versions, especially the presidency design from the San Francisco Mint, with high-grade quality or rare errors, that are making headlines and pulling in serious money. So while others might overlook a penny, you now know better. Keep an eye out, stay sharp, and maybe, just maybe, that small copper coin could become your next big payday. Thanks for watching, and if you love discovering hidden coin treasures and real-life money finds, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more coin collecting secrets. And remember, that little 2009 penny from a proof set? In perfect condition, it can be worth up to $39,000. Top 2. Can a tiny copper coin from 1960 really change your life? You better believe it. Because today, we're unlocking the hidden truth about one of the most undervalued and jaw-droppingly valuable coins in American history, the 1960 Lincoln penny from the proof set. And if you've got one in the right condition, or with the right error, you could be staring at a potential gold mine. We're talking serious money. Not a few hundred, not a few thousand, but $35,000 to $55,000. Yes, all from a single penny. You might be asking, what makes the 1960 Lincoln penny so special? Let's break it down. In 1960, the U.S. Mint was producing millions of Lincoln cents, the kind you see every day. But a very special version was made for collectors. These were struck in San Francisco, using specially polished dies and planchets to create what's known as a proof coin. You couldn't get these in circulation. They were sold directly to collectors in sealed proof sets, and many of them have been quietly sitting in drawers, forgotten for decades. But now, collectors and coin investors are waking up, and they're paying attention to this specific year. Why? Because 1960 was the year of one of the most famous mint variations in U.S. coinage history, the small date versus large date Lincoln cent. There were two versions of the date. The small date, which has a thinner, more compact appearance, and the large date, where the 9 and 0 are bolder and higher. It might sound like a minor difference, but trust me, this detail can be worth a fortune, especially on a proof coin. Now here's where it gets juicy. A perfect condition 1960 small date proof Lincoln penny, graded PR 70 deep cameo by a reputable grading service like PCGS or NGC, is like striking oil in your backyard. These coins are ultra rare. The population of coins in that flawless, mirror finish condition is extremely low, which is exactly why collectors are willing to pay sky-high premiums for them. And it's not just condition that matters. Some of these 1960 proof cents come with doubling errors, like a doubled die obverse. That means parts of the design, like the lettering or Lincoln's profile, appear twice, creating a dramatic and eye-catching visual effect. These errors are mint-made, and when found on proof coins, they become legendary. You may think, okay, I've got some old coins, maybe even some proof sets. But how do I know if I've got the right one? Here's what you do. First, find your 1960 proof set. These usually come in flat-pack plastic cases from the U.S. Mint. If you have one, do not break it open. Carefully examine the Lincoln cent inside. Use a magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe and look at the date. Is it compact and tight? That could be the small date variety. Then check the surfaces. Does the coin shine like a mirror, with frosty details on Lincoln's bust and clear contrast in the fields? That's a sign of a deep cameo finish. If your coin checks those boxes, you could be holding a literal treasure. The next step? Get that coin graded. A certified PR 70 DCM, that's proof 70 deep cameo, the absolute top grade, can shatter auction records. Collectors have paid up to $55,000 for the best examples. And even lower grades like PR 69 can pull in serious money, easily in the thousands, depending on demand and rarity. Now let's be real, most people would look at a penny and think it's worthless. But you're not most people. You know what to look for. You know the secrets the average person ignores. Because this little copper coin from 1960? In the right condition, it's not just a collectible, it's a ticket to tens of thousands of dollars. And if you think that sounds like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, you're right. So go check those old coin collections. Dig through your dad's drawer. Look through that old proof set you forgot you even had. Because if you find the right 1960 proof Lincoln penny, with the rare small date variety in perfect deep cameo condition, that coin could sell for between $35,000 to $55,000. That's not pocket change. That's life-changing money. If this blew your mind, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe for more insider coin tips, and turn on the bell. Because we're just getting started. Now go check your coins. Your hidden fortune might be just one penny away. Top 3. If you've got an old coin collection lying around, you might be sitting on a hidden treasure that could change your life. Because today, we're talking about one of the most overlooked but shockingly valuable coins in American coin collecting history, the 1961 Lincoln penny from the proof set. And trust me, this is not your average penny. While most people ignore these copper coins, coin collectors, dealers, and investors are going absolutely wild over specific versions of the 1961 proof cent. Why? Because in the right condition, with the right strike, shine, and a few secret features, this small coin has sold for as much as $53,000. Yes, one tiny penny, worth more than some luxury cars. So, what's the secret? Let's rewind to 1961. That year, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies just like every other year, but they also created a special version for collectors. These were proof coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint with extra care, polished dies, and stunning detail. Proof coins are not made for circulation. They were sold in sealed government-proof sets and meant to be preserved, admired, and collected. But fast forward to today, and here's where the real magic happens. A 1961 proof Lincoln penny, in flawless condition, with the ultra-rare deep cameo finish, and especially with certain doubling errors, has become one of the most hunted coins in American numismatics. If you've never heard of a deep cameo, get ready. This is when the coin's background is mirror-like and jet black, while Lincoln's bust and the lettering appear frosted and bold. The contrast is so sharp, the design practically jumps off the coin. But these finishes were rare in the early 1960s, and very few coins achieved this effect, especially in perfect PR70 grade. Now let's talk doubling, the kind collectors dream about. Some 1961 proof cents have doubled die obverse, where the date, the motto, "In God We Trust," or the word "Liberty," appears slightly doubled under magnification. This is a true mint error, not damage, and it turns a valuable proof penny into a potential jackpot. And when that doubling appears on a deep cameo proof, that's when collectors start throwing around serious money at auction. But wait, don't go rushing to sell just yet. Most of these valuable 1961 cents were found in original US proof sets. If you've inherited coins, or if you bought mint sets years ago and forgot about them, it's time to go searching. Carefully open that case and examine the penny. Is the background clean and mirror-like? Does Lincoln's portrait look frosty and bold? Is the date perfectly struck or showing slight doubling? These clues can mean the difference between a $1 coin and a 5-figure payday. And here's a little insider tip. Many of these high-dollar coins are worth the most only after professional grading. Sending your coin to PCGS or NGC can certify it as a deep cameo, and if it earns that coveted PR70 grade, you're sitting on a coin that collectors would fight over. Some of these certified 1961 proof pennies in top condition have already sold for between $35,000 to $53,000, and prices are only rising. Why? Because collectors today are chasing perfection. And the number of flawless proof coins from 1961 is shrinking by the year. So don't overlook that dusty old coin set. That proof penny you forgot about could be worth more than your savings account. You've heard the stories. You've seen the headlines. Now it's your turn. Go check your 1961 proof sets, carefully, with gloves or by the edges. Look for mirror shine, frosty detail, and sharp lettering. If you see something special, don't clean it. Don't touch the surface. Get it graded. Because that small copper coin, that 1961 Lincoln penny, could easily be worth $35,000 to $53,000. And that's not a dream. That's real money. That's real history. That's the power of knowing what to look for in the world of rare coins. So if you're ready to uncover more hidden coin treasures and secret values sitting right under your nose, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Now go find that 1961 proof penny. Your fortune might be waiting in a plastic case. Top 4. What if I told you that a small copper coin from 1964, marked with just a tiny D, could be worth more than $50,000? It sounds insane, right? But hold on to your coin jars, because today, we're diving into one of the most misunderstood and shockingly valuable pennies in American coin collecting, the 1964 D Lincoln cent. And more importantly, how a rare version of this coin, with a proof-like appearance or mint-made errors, has sold for up to $53,000. Yes, from one single penny. Now before you say, "But wait, Denver didn't make proof coins in 1964. You're absolutely right. But that's what makes this so interesting. In 1964, the US Mint was under massive pressure. The coin shortage was real, and production was booming. The Denver Mint was pumping out millions of Lincoln cents. But during that chaos, a few coins came off the press with an incredibly sharp, detailed, and mirror-like finish, coins that looked like proof coins but weren't officially listed as proofs. These are what collectors now call proof-like or specimen strikes. They weren't meant to exist. But they do, and that's exactly why they're so valuable. Let's break this down. Most 1964 pennies look ordinary. They were struck for circulation and used daily. But a small handful, possibly made from fresh dies or polished planchets, came out looking stunning. Sharp rims, deep mirrored fields, frosted devices. These coins look like they came straight out of a proof set, but with the Denver Mint mark. Now here's the kicker. These proof-like 1964 Lincoln cents are extremely rare, and when they show up in perfect condition, graded MS-68 or higher with proof-like or deep cameo surfaces, collectors will throw serious money at them. But that's not the only reason these coins are blowing up in value. Some 1964 cents feature rare mint errors, like doubled dies, repunched mint marks, RPMs, or strong die clashes. These errors, combined with a proof-like appearance, make the coin even more collectible and desirable to high-end buyers and serious numismatists. So how do you know if you've got one of these gems hiding in your stash? Here's what to look for. Grab a magnifier and check your 1964 Lincoln cent carefully. Look at the date. Look at the D mint mark. Is it sharp, clear, or slightly doubled? Does the coin's background look mirror-like? Does Lincoln's profile have a frosty contrast to the shiny field behind it? If you're seeing this kind of visual contrast, something that looks too good for a regular business strike, you could be looking at a proof-like 1964 penny, and those are the ones collectors will pay big money for. And if the coin is flawless? No scratches. No wear. No marks? That's when it's time to send it to PCGS or NGC and get it certified. Because the value difference between an ordinary coin and one with the proof-like designation in mint state 68 or higher is massive. We're not talking pocket change here. These rare, top-grade 1964 Lincoln cents have already sold in major auctions for between $35,000 to $53,000. Yes, a coin most people would ignore could pay off your car, or even your college tuition. This isn't just about a penny, this is about knowing what to look for. About spotting the rare among the common. And about understanding that sometimes, the coins you've had lying around for years might be worth far more than you ever imagined. So here's what you do next. Go through your old coin rolls. Check your inherited collections. Open that bag of junk change you've been meaning to sort. Because if you find a 1964 penny with a brilliant, mirrored finish, and especially if it's flawless, don't spend it. Don't clean it. Don't touch the surface. Get it graded and protected, because your little copper cent could be worth $35,000 to $53,000. And that's not hype, that's reality in the world of rare US coins. Want more jaw-dropping coin stories, rare mint secrets, and real money-making finds? Hit that like button, subscribe for more, and turn on the bell so you never miss the next valuable coin sitting right under your nose. Now go look for that 1964 penny, because the next one to sell for over 50 grand might be yours. Top 5. This might be the most shocking penny story you've never heard, because today we're diving into a coin that most people completely overlook, and yet, in the right condition, it could be worth a staggering fortune. I'm talking about the 1967 Lincoln penny, and yes, a real one from the special mint set, not just pocket change. Now don't be fooled. This isn't some ordinary old coin. Because under the right conditions, with the right strike, and the right grade, a single 1967 Lincoln cent has sold for up to $50,000. 1 cent turned into enough money to buy a luxury car, cover college tuition, or change your life forever. So what makes this coin so valuable? Let's go back to 1967. The US Mint was under pressure. Due to a coin shortage and a shift in production focus, they didn't release traditional proof sets that year. Instead, they produced something different, the Special Mint Set, or SMS. Now here's the secret that smart collectors already know: coins from the special mint set are struck differently than regular coins. The dies are specially prepared, the strikes are more forceful, and the results are coins with proof-like qualities, sharp rims, deeper detail, and mirror-like finishes. And if you happen to have a 1967 Lincoln cent from one of these sets, especially in flawless condition, you're already holding a rare piece of U.S. mint history. But that's just the beginning. A small number of these 1967 SMS Lincoln cents have something extra: an exceptional strike quality, a deep cameo contrast, or a mint-made error that instantly sends collectors into a frenzy. These features are what turn a cool old coin into a five-figure payday. And here's where things really heat up. The highest valued 1967 Lincoln pennies are those graded by top certification companies like PCGS or NGC as SP68 or SP69 Deep Cameo. That's special proof with ultra-high detail and contrast between the frosted design and the mirror-like background. These coins are nearly flawless. They're extremely rare in this condition, and when they show up at auction, collectors will pay tens of thousands of dollars to own them. Now you might be wondering, how do I know if I have one? Here's what you need to look for: find your 1967 special mint set. These came in hard plastic holders with all 5 coins, penny through half-dollar. Carefully examine the Lincoln cent under magnification. Does the surface gleam like glass? Does Lincoln's bust look frosty, while the background shines like a mirror? That's the cameo effect, and if it's dramatic enough, it could be a deep cameo. Also look for anything unusual: doubling on the date, a shifted design, or strong strike lines. Even the smallest error on a proof-like SMS coin can send its value skyrocketing. And whatever you do, don't clean it, don't handle it with bare fingers, and don't assume it's just another penny. Because if that coin comes back from grading as a top-tier SP69 Deep Cameo, you're not just holding history. You're holding a potential payday of $35,000 to $50,000. That's not exaggeration. That's real market data. These coins have already sold in major auctions for jaw-dropping prices, and their value only continues to climb as collectors race to complete flawless SMS coin sets. So go check your collection. Dig through your family's coin boxes. If you've got a 1967 special mint set, especially one that's been untouched, you might just be holding one of the rarest and most valuable pennies in the Lincoln cent series. That's the power of coin knowledge. That's the thrill of the hunt. And that's why the 1967 Lincoln penny, in the right condition, could be your ticket to a fortune. If you love stories about valuable coins, hidden treasures, and shocking auction prices, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because we're just getting started uncovering America's most valuable cents. Now go find that 1967 Lincoln penny. Because the next one worth $35,000 to $50,000 might already be sitting in your hands. Top 6. You might want to pause whatever you're doing, because this tiny coin from 1973 could be worth more than your entire paycheck. We're talking about the 1973 Lincoln penny from the US proof set, a coin that most people forget even exists. But in the world of rare coins, this little cent has turned into a hidden jackpot. Because if you've got the right one, in the right condition, collectors will pay as much as $46,000. That's not a myth. That's cold, hard cash for just one proof penny. Let's talk about what makes this 1973 Lincoln cent so incredibly valuable. First, this coin wasn't made for everyday use. It came directly from the 1973 US proof set, minted in San Francisco, and features that tiny S mint mark below the date. These coins were struck using specially polished dies and planchets, creating a sharp, mirror-like finish and frosted details that regular circulation pennies just don't have. But here's where it gets really exciting: not all proof coins are created equal. In fact, most 1973's Lincoln cents are common, but a tiny percentage of them were struck with such perfection and intensity. They show off what collectors call a deep cameo finish. These coins have ultra-reflective backgrounds and frosty raised designs that practically glow. Now imagine this: one of these ultra-rare coins, preserved in flawless condition, gets certified by PCGS or NGC as a PR70 Deep Cameo. That's a perfect proof, No marks, no flaws, just pure mint brilliance. That's the kind of coin that sends collectors into a bidding war and pushes the value into the tens of thousands. But that's not all. Some of these proof pennies from 1973 come with mint errors, like a double die obverse, where parts of the design, like the word Liberty or In God We Trust, appear slightly doubled. Others showed die polishing lines, frosting inconsistencies, or even a rare missing mint mark due to a die malfunction. And when you combine a rare error with a deep cameo proof strike, that's when things get truly wild. So, how do you know if you have one of these hidden treasures? It starts with pulling out your 1973 proof set. These came in hard plastic cases from the US Mint, usually containing all 5 coins: penny, nickel, dime, quarter, and $half. Focus on the Lincoln cent. Use a magnifier or jeweler's loupe. Look for that S mint mark, the deep mirror shine in the fields, and the strong frosty contrast on Lincoln's bust. If your coin has that dramatic deep cameo appearance, and if it looks untouched, no smudges, scratches, or haze, then you could be holding a valuable candidate. Here's what to do next: don't clean it. Don't remove it from the case. And whatever you do, don't underestimate it. Send it to a professional grading company like PCGS or NGC. If your coin earns that top grade, PR70 deep cameo, it could bring in some serious cash. Collectors are constantly searching for these top-tier proof coins, and they're willing to pay premium prices for the best of the best. And that's why a single 1973 S-proof Lincoln penny, in flawless PR70 deep cameo condition or with a rare error, has sold at auction for between $35,000 to $46,000. That's not just pocket change. That's luxury level money for a coin you might already owe. So go check your safe, your coin album, or that old proof set you inherited. Because that overlooked penny sitting in its case could be the lottery ticket you never knew you had. If you love discovering rare coins, valuable proof errors, and big money finds hiding in plain sight, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a single hidden treasure. And remember, the next 1973 Lincoln proof penny to sell for over $40,000 could be the one you've been holding on to for years. Top 7. If you've ever opened a US Mint proof set and skipped over the penny, you might have just passed on a fortune. Today, we're revealing the truth behind one of the most overlooked coins in your collection, the 1978 Lincoln penny from the San Francisco Mint proof set, and how one flawless version of this little copper beauty has sold for up to $44,000. Yes, 1 cent worth more than most people's cars. So what's so special about the 1978 S Lincoln penny? Let's break it down. In 1978, the US Mint in San Francisco released millions of proof coins as part of their annual collector sets. These weren't coins meant to be spent. They were made with polished dies and specially treated planchets to create that mirror-like finish and frosty design we all love in proof strikes. But here's the thing most collectors don't realize. Out of the millions of 1978 S Lincoln cents, only a tiny handful come out absolutely flawless. And even fewer have that deep cameo contrast, a stunning finish where Abraham Lincoln's profile looks frosted and bold against a jet black mirror surface. These are the coins that serious collectors will fight for. But there's more. A small number of 1978 S-proof pennies come with rare mint errors, think doubled dies, improper polishing lines, or even unusual toning that happened during production. These errors are nearly impossible to fake and make the coin even more desirable, especially when paired with a perfect proof strike. Now let's talk about value. And this is where your jaw might drop. If you have a 1978 S Lincoln penny graded by PCGS or NGC as PR70 deep cameo, that means it's in absolute pristine condition, with no visible flaws even under magnification. You've got a serious winner. These perfect coins are nearly impossible to find and almost never survive untouched over time. And when one of these flawless 1978 proof pennies comes up for auction, the bids climb fast. And the final sale price? We're talking $35,000 to $44,000. That's not a rumor. That's real money paid by real collectors who are hunting down the best of the best. The coins that complete their high-end proof registry sets and fill that last rare slot. So how can you tell if you've got one? First, find your 1978 US proof set. It'll be in that hard plastic case, most likely with some dust from the 70s still clinging to it. Look at the penny closely. Does it have a sharp S mint mark beneath the date? That's your San Francisco proof coin. Now grab a magnifier. Look for the deep cameo contrast, that crisp, frosted portrait and mirror-like field. Make sure there are no spots, no scratches, no haze. If it looks absolutely flawless, you could be holding a high-value coin. The next step is crucial: get it graded. PCGS and NGC are the top-tier grading services that collectors trust. If your coin comes back as a PR70 DCM, congratulations, you may have a life-changing penny. And remember, even coins graded PR69 Deep Cameo can still bring in excellent money, especially if they show rare strike features or errors. But that perfect 70? That's where the real treasure lies. So go check your 1978 proof set right now. Don't wait. Don't assume it's worthless. Because that one little coin sitting untouched in a dusty case could be the next to sell for $44,000. That's not pocket change. That's a small fortune, and it could be hiding in plain sight. If this blew your mind, smash that like button, subscribe for more hidden coin treasures, and hit the bell so you never miss another video about rare coins worth real money. Now go hunt for your 1978 S-proof penny, because the next one worth $35,000 to $44,000 might already be in your hands.